Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to the Book Buzz Show. I'm your host, Cheryl Brooks. And if you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you like the upcoming show, please like, follow, and subscribe to the show. Also, please like this particular this particular episode as well, because it does help the show get noticed. So I greatly appreciate that. Also, here at the Book Buzz Show, we do talk about the book and the characters. Um, we give like minor spoilers, but nothing too major that will ruin your reading enjoyment. Hopefully, just enough to whet your appetite that'll make you want to get the book yourself. Also, be sure to stick around for our second segment, which is our book highlights of the week that we share. Uh, I'm excited. We have a great show in store for you this evening. Our guest, this is her first time on the show, and the guest tonight is author Robbi Renee, and we will be discussing her book Summer's Echo, which I really enjoyed. And here is the cover on the screen for those who are watching. Beautiful, beautiful cover. For those who are listening later, again, that's Summer's Echo by Robbi Renee. All right, and let me just tell you a little bit about tonight's guest. Robbi Renee, also known as Stacy Cleveland, the storyteller's coach, is both a best-selling romance author and a story strategist for writers and entrepreneurs. As Robbi Renee, she crafts heart-stirring romances that explore love, passion, and second chances. As Stacy Cleveland, she leads the Storytellers Coach brand, guiding authors, leaders, and visionaries to write boldly, brand authentically, and publish with purpose. Whether through captivating fiction or transformational coaching, she helps every storyteller turn their words into impact and income. All right, and without further ado, I'm going to bring on tonight's guest, along with my co host for the evening, Shavonna Futrell. Welcome, Robbi Renee, to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure. Let me see. It looks like we have a few people in the audience.
I see a
You
few
have
folks.
Instagram up, Shavonna?
I do.
Okay. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Myra. Thank you for joining us.
There we go.
Hey, Erica. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, ladies.
Hello, hello.
All right, so we're going to get right into it. As I was mentioning, I love that book cover. Who
Yeah.
does your covers?
So that book cover was actually done by an artist through the publisher. So this book
Okay.
was published through Black Odyssey Media, and it was done by an artist that they've worked with before. And when I saw the cover, I was like, "Yep, I want it. Give it to me."
It's gorgeous, and I
It's
love I love
beautiful.
covers. So yeah, it really
I'm a
looks.
cover snob too, so it was
Me
Mhm.
like,
too.
yes,
Yeah,
I definitely want that one.
that's actually what made me choose the book. I'm like, okay, just from the cover before I even read the synopsis.
You're not the first person who said that. They were like, I just picked this book up because of the cover. I have no clue what it's about.
Right.
And then I read the synopsis, and then I said, okay, I love Friends to Lovers. Um, but yeah, Black Odyssey, they used to be one of our sponsors, so I'm very
Oh, nice,
familiar with that.
nice.
Yeah. Hey, Katina, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
All right. So, aside from what I read in your bio, can you give us a little background as far as how you got started on your
Yes,
writing journey?
absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer said the cover is gorgeous. Absolutely. So I wrote my first book in 2020. So I'll actually be celebrating my 5-year writer anniversary on December 19th of this year. So I'm coming up on 5 years. I actually started writing as a part of a challenge from another romance author that I adored her work. Her work is actually what got me back into reading romance, and her name is Stephanie Nicole Norris. So if you are not
Okay.
familiar with
Hmm.
Stephanie Nicole Norris, you need to get familiar. And she put a challenge out on her Facebook group. It was like, who wants to write a book series for the holiday? And I was like, I'll do it. And it was a total of 8 of us, I believe, who wrote in a series called The Holiday Snack. So we all wrote short stories within that series, and that was the first time I'd ever written anything for public consumption. Let me say that. I had things
Okay.
in my
Okay.
journal and all of that kind of stuff, but I had never published a book before, and it was on my bucket list to I want to just publish a book one day. That I have been
Hmm.
thinking that since college. So when this came about, I was like, okay, I'll write this one book, and I use it loosely because it's a short story. It's only 65 pages, but it literally almost killed me. And I was like, okay, I'll write this one book. And I honestly just got the bug, and I kept writing because it really did become a sense of healing for me. This was also during COVID. We were just
Right.
kind of stepping deeply into the pandemic, And I also had experienced some loss in my family. I had 3 family members pass away within 7 months of each other. And I was going through just like, just like everybody else that was going through. And I needed to find a healthy outlet.
Mhm.
And reading became a healthy outlet. And then that turned into writing became my outlet. So when I published that first book in 2020, I thought I was done. But here I am 17 books later, and I don't have any plan on stopping anytime.
I love that though. It's amazing how all you need is like that one person that's
Yes.
somebody, that spark to give you that push.
I give Stephanie her flowers every single opportunity I can, because if it was not for her, you all would not know who Robbi Renee is. Robbi Renee wouldn't even exist. Like, she wouldn't even be a thing.
Right. How did you come up with Robbi Renee?
So my middle name is Renee.
Oh, okay.
And my father's nickname is Robbie. And my father has all girls. So, and all of us are married. So none of, he has no one that really can
Right.
carry forward his name. So that was kind of my way of carrying forward his name. He's still with us. He is still in the land of the living, praise the Lord. But that was my way of carrying his name forward. And I honestly was like, I just need something real catchy. And I was like, Robbi Renee. He spells his with the Y. I spell mine with the I. But he likes to tell people he's the original Robbie. So
I love that though.
yes.
Love it. Hey Francis, thank you for joining us. This is a good one for you, Francis. Okay, so I'm in the book. It has dual time. Well, actually, more than dual timeline. So, how were there any challenges with writing that way? And is it your first time doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes to all of it. No, so it was definitely challenging for me because I am a freestyle writer. I don't write with an outline.
Wow,
and when you don't write with an outline, to time hop in the way that I did it can make it very difficult. So I had to actually start to use a little bit of an outline. I still didn't fall too deep down the path, because that's just not a comfortable place for me. I like the story to just come to me on its own. I don't like to be sort of given the story by an outline. So it was difficult, and I had to go back and say, okay, I need to put this in some sort of order so that it can make sense for the reader. Of course, it always makes sense in the writer's head, but it has to make sense for the reader. So I pretty much had to start writing with a little bit of an outline. I also use my character sketches as my bread and butter. That's my Bible. That's what I refer to when I hit a wall, when I hit a block. I go back to those character sketches. But that was my first time jumping in that way. I've done, look backs and flashbacks and those types of things, but jumping around between 15 years ago in the present or 2024. I hadn't done that before. So I had to really kind of keep myself together, because I was just like, wait a minute, did I write about this already? You get confused.
Right.
Especially with the book that's 90,000 words long, you don't remember what those first few thousand words say. So that outline really helps you keep up with what's going on. So yes, I absolutely had to use something to keep those timelines in order.
Yeah, because I knew when I was reading, I said, I wondered, did she have to, but I didn't know if you did outlines anyway, but yeah, because I can't imagine.
That was my first time. That was my first time ever writing with the outline. So that was strange for me. And I won't say I liked it.
Right. And I have to admit that I usually don't like dual timeline. Well, I can't say I don't like them, but sometimes it takes me out of one story into another and all that. I'm getting better with them. At first, I didn't like them at all. But with yours, I was able, you kept me in the story enough where I was able to roll with it. So I applaud you for that.
And that's thanks to that outline, because otherwise I probably would have got 1 stars on this.
Oh man. Jennifer is saying that she can relate to what you were saying about
Yeah.
loss. And Katina said you did a great job with the timeline.
Oh,
She
thank
did.
you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, so what advice would you give to someone just starting out in their writing journey?
You know, my coaching is called Just Right Coaching. And it's called that for a reason, because you literally have to start just writing.
Mm.
I talk to so many people who say, I want to write a book. And I'm like, okay, well, what's keeping you from writing the book? 9 times out of 10, it is actually just sitting down and taking the time to get it out of their head and onto the page. So really my advice is to just start writing. It does not have to be pretty. It's called a first draft for a reason. You know, I think it's hilarious sometimes to hear folks who are aspiring to be a writer to say, you know, I wonder, are people going to like it? Well, how will we ever know if you don't write it?
That's true. That's true.
You have to write it first. Or, you know, I know what book 2 is going to be. I know what book 3 is going to be. Well, in every language, number 1 comes first. Like, I don't know what, you know, language you speak in
Right.
numerical order is numerical order. It does not change. So I would say you have to just write the book. Like, you just have to get it out of your head and onto paper, and then have someone read it. Have, you know, use a coach. Well, of course, I'm biased to coaching because that's what I do. But use a coach. Have someone read it. But if you don't have anything for them to digest and for them to critique, you don't have a book.
And I know too that fear sometimes,
Yes.
and
you got to be willing to put yourself out there. I tell my coaching cohorts, you have to be your first fan. If you don't like the book, it's not going to resonate with the reader. If it's not resonating with you and you sat and wrote it for weeks and days and months,
right,
it's definitely not going to resonate with the reader. So you have to be your first fan. And for me, if I am not feeling a book, I will shelf it. I will not release it. I will, even if it's for the publisher, I need an extension because I want to be proud of what I'm putting out there. And if I don't feel good about it, it won't see the light of day at all.
Right. Because once it's out there, it's out there.
Once it's out there, it's out there. There's nothing you can do about it. So
right.
But you first have to write it.
So yeah, and I've had a few authors on here and they say that too. Just sit down and write. That's the main thing.
Yes, you gotta sit down and write.
Katina saying first fan, love that.
I am always my first fan.
Jennifer is saying she wrote a few pages and put it down. She's staying in her reading space.
No, Jennifer.
I agree.
Shavonda says she agrees. We are all avid readers. That's what I was going to ask you too. I always ask authors this: are you still able to enjoy reading now that you write?
You know, in the words of a good friend of mine, Crystal Lucky, who also she does a book podcast as well. She likes to say we listen because we are audiobook listeners. So we are listening and reading. So she likes to say listen. So I do a lot of listening.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I wish I had more time to just sit down and, you know, hold my Kindle, hold a book, but I don't. So audiobooks are my primary way right now of digesting the majority of my books, whether it's romance or anything else. Audiobooks. So I am an avid reader, but it's through audio format. I mean, I'm listening to an audiobook.
Well, at least you still are consuming it, whichever way you ever to do it.
Yes. But I do, like, if I go on vacation or something like that, that's when I give myself, you know, permission to like open up a book and relax with a book, because I still love that.
I do too.
I just don't have as much time, you know, to be able to do that.
Love it. Okay, so these next few questions are questions that I ask romance authors. All right. So what's a favorite romantic gesture made by one of your characters that you love?
Oh my goodness. If you've read not just Summer's Echo, but any of my books, I love a good pet name.
Okay.
I love a man who calls a woman a good pet name.
Yes, I like that too.
And I really I enjoy kind of a kiss in weird places where it's not necessarily on the lips. It could be, you know, on the chin or, you know, the shoulder or something like that between those two people. I think the one thing I loved in Summer's Echo, she would tug at her ear when she was uncomfortable, and he would know that that meant she was uncomfortable. So even like it's a gesture of hers, but it was a sign to him, right? That she was a little bit uncomfortable. So yeah, I you know, I love just little moments of intimacy and, you know, maybe a swipe down the face or whatever.
Right,
It
I
could
do
be
too.
any
I like that too.
right.
Yeah.
You know, make her put her glasses on, things like that. Those little things to me kind of create the intimacy in the book.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And you all in the audience, please share with us as well. What are some of your favorite romantic gestures? Okay, so what's the most overused romantic cliche that you secretly love? And we got plenty to choose from with the overused.
I don't even write these types of books, and I probably would never. But I love me a good billionaire romance.
I used
I
to
can't
devour
like,
them. Yes.
I have been devouring them, and I'm just like, y'all, we are like parasailing in countries that I've never even heard of. Like,
Right.
but I love a good billionaire book. I also love me a good down, dirty, gritty urban romance. I must say, and I will never write it because I don't think I would do it justice. But I do love me. So I go from one extreme to the other. I love a billionaire romance, and I love a down, dirty, gritty,
Right,
gritty
gritty.
urban romance.
Oh man. Jennifer is saying she loved the forehead kiss and Katina billionaire boss. As far as
Yes,
uh
absolutely.
Iselin is saying billionaire secret baby. And
Yeah.
we had a
Now,
couple authors recently that said the secret baby. Yeah.
I'm not that big of a fan of a secret baby, but I do. And if the billionaire and the secret baby are together, I'm okay.
So you can do that. Oh man. Okay. So when you're in the mood for a good romance, what's your go-to as far as a good romance movie or a romance book?
Movie, my go-to is pretty much any Black love movie in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And early 2000s. You know, I'm a Love Jones, best man, just right type of girl. And books, I would say my go-to is always Love Belvin, the Muted Love series. If you have not read or listened to that series, I highly
I
recommend
don't remember. Have I read? I don't know if
The
I have or
Muted
not.
Love series. I don't.
The Muted Love series is a 3-book series. I probably listen to that at least once every other month.
Oh, really? Okay.
At least. Yes, it stays in rotation around
Oh,
here.
I'm gonna have to look and see if I read that one or not.
Is that the one with Sadiq and
No,
not
this
that
is
one?
it's a boxer. So she's a boxer in college.
Okay,
And
no,
that's when
I haven't
her
read that one. That doesn't sound
character meet. And then it kind of takes you through from their college story all the way to adults.
okay.
But it's 3 books. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yes, it's by Love Belvin. Myra is asking by who? Love Belvin.
Yeah, we are definitely familiar with Love Bellman. She's a friend of the show,
Yes.
even though she hasn't been on, but she's a friend of the show.
Yes, I love her.
And Frances is saying she loves instant love. Now that's not one of my favorites. I usually don't like instant love, but
Not an instant love. Okay. She likes the age gap, older man, younger woman. Oh, interesting. I just wrote a younger man, older woman book.
And those I don't always like the cougar type stuff. It depends on how far the age gap, but not usually my favorite. But Jennifer, that's Tori's book.
Yes, Tori's book. So yep, it's Sherelle's like Beauty
Okay,
Love
yeah,
series. Like it's one of my favorites. It's hands down one of my favorites.
I'm gonna check it out. Okay,
Yeah, I wrote it
so
down too.
yeah, because
Here we go with the
I love her
list.
stuff. Hmm. Okay, so we're gonna get into the book and the characters a bit. For those who haven't read it yet, can you give us a brief overview of what Summer's Echo is about?
Yes, Summer's Echo is a friends to lovers mixed with a little second chance romance. It is about Summer Night and Echo Ibarra, who meets at summer camp when they are 17 years old. And I guess you could say it's also sign of some instant connection in this book too, because there was a little bit of an instant connection between the two of them, but also a little bit of frenemies
Oh yeah, yeah,
between them
yeah.
as well. And we see, Summer and Echo evolve throughout the story. I know you said you don't want to do spoilers, so I don't want to give too
We
much
do
of it
spoilers. We
away.
just don't do like major
Okay,
spoilers,
just
like
little mini
this person
spoilers.
got killed. We don't say stuff who got killed or nothing like that. But
Yeah, so you kind of see Summer and Echo's story as kids, but you also see their stories as adults and how they've evolved and finally get reconnected under some different circumstances and try to figure out should they be together or not. I mean, honestly, that's what it really comes down to between Summer and Echo.
if you had to share, like if you had to say what their character personality is, how would you
Mm-hmm.
describe Summer's personality as a character?
I think Summer was a very strong personality. She was a strong personality at 17 years old.
Yeah, yeah.
Even as the baby of the family, she had a little bit of spoiled, but she also was a hard worker. She strong personality, knew what she wanted, pretty much had her life like
That's true.
I'm going to go to Spelman College. I'm going to, pledge a sorority. I'm going to be on the dean's list. Like she knew what she wanted to do. And I think Echo in many ways was kind of the opposite because he was trying not to be as stringent and process driven like his father
Mm.
was and like the traditions that he grew up in. So Echo was kind of this, fly by the seat of his pants. Let's go sit in this hollow tree and just paint all day kind of young man who, really I think brought some of that out in her, like broke down some of her stringent beliefs and all of those types of things. So I think from a personality, they were opposites, but definitely had a lot of similarities. And that's part of the reason why they were attracted to each other, I think, because she didn't care. Like Summer was like, whatever, you the new boy, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. So I think that's part of what attracted Echo to her is that she wasn't that traditional girl or stereotypical girl who was swooning all over him. She was
He
like,
definitely
whatever.
was not in the beginning for real.
She was not in the beginning at all.
So
Oh,
let me ask a question. Why? Okay, so
Mhm.
her strong personality. Why, when it came to Echo, she couldn't tell him what she wanted with them?
Because
yeah, yeah.
I do think that while she had a very strong personality, she was also very self-conscious of her body and, being a thicker girl who wasn't like, she was
That's
always the
true. That's
friend
true.
of the boys, never the
Mhm.
the girl that they called sexy or any of those kind of things. She was the homie to all the boys, and she's like, I don't want to be the homie. I want a boyfriend. I don't want to be the homie. And I think that's Echo was treating her that way. He was treating her like she was the homie. So she was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna just, continue to fall into this
I
homie
mean,
title because that's always what she was used to being. So she was outspoken about certain things, but very self-conscious when it came
Mhm.
to
her,
liking boys liking her, those types of things. Yeah.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. That she was self conscious about her weight because well, that's
Mhm.
one of the scenes that I actually wrote down is between her and Echo, and he couldn't figure out what he said wrong when she got
Yeah.
quiet on him, and it's basically because both of them would not would not admit that they had romantic feelings for each other.
Yes,
Right.
yes, they would not. They wouldn't admit it, and I do think part of it was not impacting their friendship. Like, what is going to happen? Just like most friends, friends who
Mhm.
potentially turn to lovers, they're like, what's going to happen to our friendship if we take it this far?
Right.
If we go this far, what's going to happen to our friendship? And I think for them, they cared about the friendship. They definitely cared about the friendship. But being so young, Echo was the new popular guy.
Right.
So he also had girls coming all over him,
Right.
where she was like, okay, whatever. So yes.
Katina said, ask him about it at the camp, and he answered wrong. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, you crazy, you crazy, you cool. That's not what she wanted to
Right.
hear.
Right.
And that was his chance right there to tell her how he felt about her. And he went
Absolutely.
whole left.
He definitely went
did.
left. But that
Yeah.
too, it reminds me of just how young they were. They, still being in their teens, and
Yes.
just it took me back to my teens too. And you act you're different with somebody that you actually have
Yeah.
romantic feelings for, because
Right.
Absolutely.
yeah, because I can be, kind of alpha female, but like you said, you do still have those insecurities and things, so to make you not
Yeah.
necessarily speak up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially at 17 years old.
Right.
Like, her body is feeling things, her brain is feeling things.
Right.
Like, she don't know what she's going through. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could relate to that too. Like Jennifer is saying, she could relate to her
Mhm.
as far as her insecurities with her weight and all of that.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then with Echo being like the popular, the cute guy, um,
Yeah.
and her knowing that all the rest of the girls like him and want him and stuff, that also would bring on, like, am I good enough?
Right. She didn't
Yes.
know she
Absolutely.
was though. He didn't pay anybody else no attention but her. He was all up on her from the time he met her to the end of summer.
And even fast forward, right? When he had girlfriends,
Mhm.
she was still the priority.
Right,
Right.
right.
She was still the priority, even when he had girlfriends. Like, she met his girlfriends, they knew about her. They couldn't even go to prom separately.
Right.
And he was like, no, I'm gonna do her
Right,
at prom.
right.
That was hilarious when he showed up, when he popped up on her.
But that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, because aside from the romance, I actually love their friendship.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love the friendship
Yes.
between them,
Yeah.
and how he always, like you just said, Shavana, he always showed up for her.
Yes. And I love Friends to Lovers is my favorite trope. I can
Mine
read
too.
Friends to Lovers all day, every day.
Mhm.
So I enjoy writing Friends to Lovers. So the majority of my books have a little bit of Friends to Lovers in
Mhm.
them, because
Yeah.
I just really like a good friendship
Mhm.
between two people, in addition to the intimacy and the, steamy sex and all that kind of stuff. That friendship is really important. And I like good girlfriends too, but the Friends to Lovers is my favorite.
Yeah, and Katina is saying she was the standard. So
Read,
everybody that he had, yeah. What you
read the
said?
next thing
Yep.
that Katina. Read the next thing Katina says.
What she say? Oh, that girl was hot
That girl
at the prom. Yeah,
That girl was
When
mad
I
at
tell you,
prom,
yeah.
I
as
would have
she
left
should have
here.
been.
I wouldn't have been. No, I would have.
She
left.
should have been mad. Why are we here to see your friend at our prom?
Right. Right.
Oh man.
Um,
Just like Courtney at the wedding. No, he would have got
right.
a hand to the face. Something. No.
Although I kind of felt, as far as you being there with your boyfriend, and he and he all up on
Right.
somebody, so I could see, but Courtney's point to.
And she like, why you out here on the balcony?
Right, because I would have been saying the same thing. Like, okay, what's going
Right,
on?
under the moonlight with this girl.
Right.
Deshaun was kind of like clueless, but
Right.
Right.
But at least Deshaun knew who he was. The girl,
He did.
true.
he didn't even introduce her. Didn't say, "Hey, this is it." Nothing.
Mm-mm.
That right
Mm-mm.
then, you wouldn't have to took me home, and then I would have just walked.
You know
out
what?
and
I
left.
don't like. I don't like when men like him just walking past her, like, because I can see if he told her ahead of time, you know, we're just
Right.
we're going here
Yeah.
as friends, but they were actually together. So
Right.
I didn't feel I
Yeah.
wasn't feeling that, yeah. But
Yeah, I couldn't tell it was together.
He lost all his, common sense once he saw Summer.
Right.
Because that was the first time
Yeah.
they saw each other in a very long time.
Yeah.
I think he didn't know what to do once he laid eyes on her.
And she was definitely running throughout the
She
book.
was running. Stand up that vodka and pineapple so she could get away.
She was a runner. She started off a runner.
Yes.
The ultimate run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then I felt for Echo too, because even when he told her, when he did finally tell her how he felt, everything was so precarious. It seemed like even towards it still was precarious. It's like he didn't know whether or not she was going to take that step.
Yeah. But I think she needed that time. She needed that time at the end to make sure that she wasn't just choosing him out of curiosity,
Right?
Of what could have been, more about what can we be, not what we could have been, right? So I actually, and I mean, I'm saying it like I didn't write it, but I appreciated the fact that I wanted her to take that time.
I did too. I did understand that. Yeah, that she needed to.
I didn't think it would make sense for her to just jump right into something with Echo just because he's Echo, but to really apologize to Deshaun, get her, stuff together, get her situation together, and be held accountable for what you did, because that was a big deal. That was
definitely. I felt so bad for Deshaun. I really did. That was.
I didn't. I didn't feel sorry.
You did.
No. Always this kind of split.
I did, because it's not like he was a bad guy or anything. But
but when you read the words and what he was saying, how could you do this to me? This and this was there. Not now time. Well, are you all right? I mean, he asked, was she all right? But now one time was why it was I felt like he was selfish.
Well, I think because I actually knew somebody who that happened to, not the guy, but to the girl, and how humiliating it is and all of that. I think it brought all of that.
I understand that, but she had already tried to tell him before that she wasn't ready or it wasn't right, and he didn't listen. Oh, you still got an attitude? Oh, you over your attitude yet? So that's what told him something was wrong with her. Instead of trying to push through it, let's talk about what happened. No, I did not feel sorry for him.
Maybe would have had a little more compassion if Echo wasn't the person who brought her home.
That's true too. But I'm
talking
about.
You're right.
That conversation probably would have started out very different. If Echo wasn't standing behind her when she got home.
And I get that part, but I'm talking about the times where he was calling her and leaving the voicemail.
Well, when he was calling her,
he was you talking about when he was leaving the message? Oh, I see what you're talking about. That's true, because they didn't know at that point. He didn't know, if she was okay or what.
The man.
Katina said she agreed with you, Shabana.
Thank you.
I'm all about, because at this point they're grown. So I'm all about people tell, if you having talk, say, open your mouth and say
I love
all the things.
I got feelings for somebody else. Why we wasting all this money for you just not to realize the day of that you don't love me? The whole time you ain't love me, girl.
After your parents have spent all this money.
Right. We could have made some different choices in the process.
Oh man.
Definitely could have made choices.
Well, at least she didn't get all the way to the altar and didn't say I do. At least she just didn't say it all. That would have been so enough.
Even worse, which some people would do just to
right,
save face,
right. Then
because
like they would have got a divorce, all the things that would have happened. But yeah, she still could have maybe made some different decisions.
Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh. But her parents responded like you were saying, Shavonna. They first wanted to make sure she was good mentally and physically, but then her mother had that talk with her, like, what you did was, jacked up.
Wrong.
You don't do that.
Yeah. And she had to hear that from her mother. Like that was important to me too. Like, yeah, your mama gonna say it like she mean it. So I needed for her mother to be like,
she didn't hold her tongue the whole book about Echo, so she wasn't gonna hold it in. So
exactly.
So.
What was one of your standout moments, Shavonna, in the book? Any standout scenes for you? Scenes for you?
I had so many. I mean, I hollered. I was like, if y'all don't get it together. So
right. One of mine was when he surprised her for her birthday. That was one of mine.
Yeah.
The
first birthday.
That's definitely one of my favorites.
The first birthday, when she turned 18.
The first birthday. That's definitely my favorite.
Wasn't it when she turned? Did she turn 18? And
when she turned 17 too. So you talking about the second birthday?
Okay. Okay.
So they had just met right after her when she turned 17.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
Right. And when he did the cupcake.
When she turned 18,
so I'm talking about when she turned 18, when after graduation, when she stayed on at the camp.
Yes, and he came to the camp. I really that was one of my favorite scenes to write, was him coming to the camp and just like figuring out how I'm gonna get there, how making her Chinese food and all those things.
I loved it. And their Sonic, I love that was their thing.
I'm with it with them French toast.
So those are like the little gestures that I like to see books. Where it's not always just we smash it.
Right.
It's like, they just have their little quirks and connections that only the two of them really understand.
Right.
Like nobody else really understands their language. And I really like that about the book.
Yeah.
Yes. And I like too, like you were saying, and it was the flip with Echo. He was missing her because I think it was like a holiday break and he was sick.
Yes.
And he was missing her, and then she surprised them and showed up with their favorite food. Yes.
Like Sonic, that was their language. They went to Sonic. So yes. And really the whole gist of the story, honestly, is Summer was home for Echo. Like that was the first time he felt like he actually had a home, because his family moved around so much, from his father working at different universities and all of that stuff. But he felt home with Summer. Like that was his first time ever feeling that way. So those little pieces are just like a part of home. And once they got grown, they didn't forget. It was like they rolled right into their same routine. Like they didn't miss a step.
Right.
Yeah. I just hated that they missed so much. What'd you say, Shavonna?
Yeah. I love the letter that she slid in his sketchbook.
Yeah.
Because
it just gave you that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was like, it definitely took me back to high school.
Yes. I love that. I think one of my favorite probably is the showdown between the parents and them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
a spoiler.
That's why I'm being vague about it.
Yeah.
The showdown is but I feel like, and clearly I've read it too many times to count because I had to read it 1,000 times through the editing process. But when I listened to it and actually got to enjoy the book,
oh yeah,
as the that part for me, I was like, I cried. Like I literally cried.
yeah.
And I don't remember, I didn't cry when I wrote it. I mean, I felt the emotions when I wrote it, but I didn't cry. But when those 2 chapters, I was like, okay, wow. I could see their parents
Right, me too.
having, you know, that showdown. I like the way you described it. That showdown.
Oh man.
And you could understand both sides. And I
Yeah,
think people were very mad at Echo's father. But if you have ever grown up with, you know, tradition, like deep-rooted traditions, that is normal for him. He knew nothing different. So it's like a lot of people were mad at him, but I'm like, he really didn't know any different. This is how he grew up, so this is how he was raising his kids.
I was one of the ones being mad at him.
I was mad.
Definitely wasn't right. Yeah, it definitely wasn't right, but it really aligned with the traditions
who he was.
You know, he's the man of the house, and you know, all these things. So yeah,
and what he says goes, and you know,
right.
Says goes. Yeah.
I was more mad at him about the before she left for college piece than the
yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All of it, mixed in together.
Yeah. So
because that was something.
Now that was he was making it all her fault, and it's like, dude, no.
And I'm glad that her father and her mother were like, wait a minute, it takes two.
Right.
That my daughter is on the same caliber as your son, like
like she
they're
believed
both
them in
going
some
to college,
kind of way, like what?
Yeah. Like she was just some random chick out here, like no.
That was something. I really enjoyed that. And it wasn't.
Yeah, and I like the fact that I read and listened to it, and I listened to that part. So I was like you, I could feel the emotion of it. There was the hollering and the, I could feel all that emotion going on. But
and I mean, when you have Wesley, Siobhan, and Winston James narrating the book, I mean.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to listen to it now. So I can see what y'all talking about.
They did absolutely amazing job. I mean, Wesley, in my eyes, can do no wrong.
I love her too. Yes,
like there's that. I mean, and Winston, this is the second book of mine that Winston has narrated, and he's done an amazing job on both of them. But the two of them together, there's definitely just they take you back. They make you feel like Summer and Echo when they're young, and then they flip it, and you can really feel the growth of Summer and Echo when they're adults. So it is. It's one of my favorite audiobooks.
Okay, so I might have to listen to the Audible. Okay,
I don't know. Somebody's
wife.
Yeah, I think
that's a good one. Don't get me wrong. Now that's Wesley and Jacoby.
Yeah,
you know that's the dynamic duo.
Yeah.
But actually somebody's wife is not my favorite. I love Somebody's Wife, but it's not my favorite audiobook of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still have to read that.
But I feel like you reading or listening, you won't go wrong. So I mean, that's a good listen too. Somebody's wife is a good listen,
and somebody's husband. Yeah, they both are. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they're on my list, but you know I'm always reading for the show too, so it's difficult unless I'm having you on the show so I might have to have you back. So
have it back so you can
absolutely. I would love to come back.
But yes, I really, really enjoyed this book, and like I was telling you off air, that this was a good one, I think, for me to start. For this to be my first by you, because it was really, really good. And like I told you, I usually don't like dual time, especially with it jump. But I still was very engrossed in the story and in the characters.
Good,
That was
good.
good.
Yes. Well, you have to dig into the catalog and let me know what you think.
Okay, most
I
definitely.
didn't like, and I didn't know she had 17. I wrote that down like 17. I only knew the two, and then this one. So yeah, I got to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go through the catalog
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get some different. So my books mostly are based in St. Louis, which is my hometown.
Okay.
Uh, and I've created a community, a fake community within St. Louis and right outside of St. Louis, which is where somebody's wife takes place in Monroe City. So
Yeah.
you definitely have to indulge in all things Haven Point, which is the community. So the different books go through Haven Point,
Okay.
different in the Haven Point community. Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna check that out. Now, were you able to get the 3 books to share off your bookshelf? Did you see that part on the?
Oh yes. Well, I gave you one of them. One
Okay.
of them was Love Velvet. I was gonna recommend that one. But anything Love Velvet, I pretty much, if she dropping it, I'm reading it. Ray Lease, if you have not read Ray Lease, Raelyse, her Sun series, Sun
Oh, it seems like I've
series
heard other
is.
people talk about it. Yeah.
Yes, that's one of my favorites. And I just don't feel like we talk about Ray Lisa enough. Like her writing is amazing. I had originally put Kennedy Ryan on here because Kennedy Ryan for me is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna read pretty much everything by Kennedy Ryan.
I have a few
But
of
I
those books
also
over there.
yes, I also put Joan Vassar.
Oh, she's one of my tops. One of my tops.
I have thoroughly enjoyed her catalog.
Yes, we all love her Black series. Most of us in the audience
Yes.
have read.
Oh God, Black is good. And if you've listened to her or read her most recent Sweet Honesty and Bittersweet, those are 2 amazing books as well.
They were good.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
good. They were good.
Yes.
And I love her. She was on the show. Well, she's been on the show a few times, but she was on to talk about Love in Africa. I love that one too. Have you read
Oh
that?
yes. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
If John is dropping it, it's good to digest it.
So those are some good ones. I'm about to check out Ray Lee's Sun
Ray
series
Lee.
and
Yeah.
and
Ray
Muted Love, because I
Lisa's
haven't read that one yet.
really one of my favorites.
Katina is asking, where can we find the catalog list?
Absolutely. So you could definitely find it on Amazon. If you click on my author name, it'll pull up all the books that are available on Amazon. But you could also find them on my website, which is RobbiRenee.com. And I do have ebooks and audiobooks on my website as well. So you can paperback. If you order a paperback on my website, I autograph it and ship it to you. So I ship direct from my site. So you could also go on my website to get most of the collection. There's a few things that I can't sell on my own website, but the majority of it is on my site. But you can get everything on Amazon as well.
Okay. Jennifer says she loves Xander's book.
Yes, I saw somebody ask
what book is that?
if. So it's called. It's the first of a series. I use series loosely because I haven't written the rest of the book yet. But it's called Kindred Xander's Story. It's about a family with the last name of Kindred, and Xander Kindred is the first book in that series. It is, trigger warnings in that book around sexual assault and some other things. So I like to tell people that before they go and dig into the book, because the prologue is pretty tough to get through, but once you get through it, it's a beautiful book. And at E.L. George, she asked whether any of the brothers going to get a book. Yes. So Adonis, who is the youngest brother of the 4, will be the next in the series to get a book.
Okay.
So yes.
I have to see with the prologue.
On the urban side, that's probably as far urban as I would go. It's a little on the urban side, but yeah, it's still a friends to lovers. It's a friends to lovers.
It is.
Too.
Okay. So you, like you said, you always got to put a little bit of it in there, huh? In your book.
I love a good friends to lovers.
I love it. But yeah, I'm gonna check out your recommendations, and I'm gonna check out your catalog. And Shabana already told me that I need to read Somebody's Wife. Is that the title?
Yeah, somebody's
husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you read Somebody's Wife, you have to read Somebody's Forever, because that is the follow-up to Somebody's Wife.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yes, Somebody's Forever is the second book. It is not on audio, but it is the second book in the series.
Somebody's Forever.
So what is Somebody's Husband? Is that totally different? That's a separate.
No, it's a total.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not connected to Somebody's Wife at all.
Okay.
They're in the same town though, right? The same school.
They're in the that's the only connection. Is Monroe City, the city that they're in. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I missed Somebody Forever.
Because it's for whatever reason it's not connected in Amazon, so people seem to miss it sometimes. Because it doesn't pop right up when you look at
sometimes it'll be linked, like at the bottom it'll say.
So you have to kind of know it's there to find it. But yes, that is the second book in the series. So that continues Gemma and Dr. Ezekiel's story.
Oh, okay.
Myra is saying that. Myra, yours and mine too get along. Especially since I've been asking the authors to give recommendations from their bookshelves. I've been writing all kind of stuff.
Yes,
right.
And Bray just ended, so I'm sure folks added 100 books today.
Right. 300-400 books, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so do you have anything coming up that you can share? Any new releases coming up or anything?
Yeah, I don't have. I just submitted a book. It does not have a release date yet, so I will definitely be posting on my site and on social media when that book is going to be released. But it is called Fire and Ice. That is the book. That's the older woman, younger man. They only have a 10-year. It's not that bad. It's just 10 years. So that hopefully I will get that out by the end of the year. I am honestly in the thick of just writing some 2026 releases. So I'm on a couple deadlines for some 2026 releases. And I have another book that I submitted. I can't share what it is yet. Okay. So once I can share what it is, I will go live and do all the things on social media. So I have a lot coming up, definitely.
Do you have a newsletter on your website? You have a newsletter?
I do.
Okay.
So if you subscribe on my website, I have a newsletter that goes out. Typically, my newsletter is the first to kind of get early releases and those types of things. There's always a discount code for my website.
Okay.
On the newsletter, because I do have a couple special edition copy books that you can only get through me. They're not available on Amazon, so I typically have some discounts on those.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll make sure to sign up for the newsletter as well.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I got lots of good stuff coming. A new cohort is releasing their books in the middle of December. So December 17th, we'll have 3 authors releasing in the romance genre through my coaching program. So it's busy over here in that world.
I see. Now, since we are about to go into the holiday season, you have any holiday books that you in your catalog?
Yeah, so like I said, my first book, very, very first book was a holiday book called French Kiss Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And then it has a follow-up called French Kiss New Year. So I'm gonna be putting those on some bundle sales on my site, but I'm also going to be putting them on some sales on Amazon as well. So stay tuned for that. Yes.
Just was asking because in my group, I Aspire Books, we usually do Christmas challenge. where we
Oh yeah.
where we read
So
books.
there's two for you: French Kiss Christmas and French Kiss New Year.
All right, I have it written down.
Me too.
All right,
Let's just
Shabana said
grow.
she does too. um, but I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It was a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, and again, I really,
Yeah.
really enjoyed Summer's Echo. As
Yes, I did too.
so,
Yeah.
great job, great job.
Well, I will be more than happy to come back when you read Somebody's Wife.
All right, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you so much. You all have a good rest of your show.
Thank you, you
Thank
and
you.
I'll be in touch.
Thank
And people are
you.
saying thank you in the
Bye,
audience.
everybody.
All right, so we're going to get into our second segment for our weekly highlight. Oh, Katina Turner, thank you for this great story. Yeah, it was good, Katina. You said it was good. I enjoyed it. Let's see. Shabana, you want to go first? You want me to go first? Let me see.
Yeah, I can go first. I can go first.
Let me turn this off.
I got my actual book tonight.
Oh, you got your actual physical copy.
Yes. Because I just got it at the book bash.
Okay, okay. And I'm
I only
reading
got,
that. Is that the one I'm reading? That's the second book, right? In the
yeah.
series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm reading that. Well, I had put it down because I had to read two arcs. I had to finish and then read for the show, so I put it down. But I did start reading it.
Yes. I'm actually reading the third one as an arc.
I had that as an arc too. Yep.
Yeah. So,
I haven't started the third one yet.
yeah.
Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay, so here is Shavana's book highlight for the week.
Yeah. So,
That's a
my
beautiful
book,
cover too,
it
and it looked
is.
like it's glossy. Is it glossy on
It
your
is.
physical?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
glossy. Yeah. Yeah. So I had the little rat card which has all three of them on it. So if
Okay.
anybody started the series, the first one was Love on the Ninth Floor, Love on the Rebound, and then Love on Board. Well, Love on the Rebound so far is my favorite of the series.
Oh,
And I think
really? Okay.
and I think it's because she's the full figured sister. And
Mm-hmm.
I kind of relate and resonate with what she went through with some of the stuff that she went
Oh,
through.
okay. Okay.
So, I have to take my glass off to
Because
read.
I love not love on the ninth floor, so if this one is even better, that's great.
To me, it was so, I like this one. So a romantic chase in which a fitness guru falls for a full-figure paralegal. However, her self-esteem and past relationship struggles leaves her doubting if Mr. Fitness is Mr. Too Good to Be True. And that so much resonates with me because when I met my husband, I was like, "You just too good to be true." Because
Okay.
I've had, I felt like I had faulty relationships. I feel like I went through what she went through with her, the first guy. So let me just read it. After Angela Richards' fiance abandons her for another woman, she is left with the lingering aftershocks that keep her heart sealed off from love. To the outside world, she is the same fiery and sassy Spitfire woman with a larger than life attitude of the norm. But personally, she immerses herself in a contented existence while living vicariously through her sisters, Nisi and Aquila. Besides, it's easier to mind their business than deal with the devastation of her own. So she meets Kinston Jordan, which is the brother of the other sister, Love on the Ninth Floor. So it's his
Oh,
brother.
okay. Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So he's also the other brother of her sister Nisi's soon to be husband, and he has his sights set on Angela. The only problem, Angela refuses to travel down Heartbreak Lane again, especially with a man like Kingston. How could a fitness guru have eyes for a full figured woman? Unbeknownst to Angela, Kingston has his own pitfalls with love and just as many reasons to protect his heart as she does. Can these two wounded souls rebound from their past to find love in their future?
I
So
love it.
I really loved this, and I loved her personality and her look on life, even though she was a little, a little insecure. Her self-esteem was a little low. I love this book. This is my favorite, and like I said, I just met Aries, and I could have gotten both books, but I wanted the one that I liked the best.
Okay.
And to me, this one's the best
I can't
so
wait
far.
to finish it up because
Yes.
I enjoyed the first one so much in the sisters and their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at Instagram. Hey Loretta, thank you for joining us this evening. Um, what you said, Katina? Let me pull this up. Okay, she's saying, do you
Do
recommend
I?
reading the Night Four first?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. Yes. Yeah.
And I'm saying that as a person who read Love on the Ninth Floor because it's all
Yes.
connected. There's three
Yeah. They
sisters.
all connect. Yeah. It's about the three sisters. So yeah.
And if you haven't checked out the interview with Aries Sky, well, she was on recently, but it was for a different series. But she was on a year, maybe 2 years ago, talking about Love on the Ninth Floor, and that was a good discussion. Um,
Right.
so you can check that out. Anybody who wants to see what she said about Love on the Ninth Floor. And Sherelle is saying Ray Lee's Sun series and at the end of it all. So have you read the Sun series, Sherelle? Because that's one that's what the author was just saying. One of her picks, her recommendations was. And I've seen somebody else told me about that series, and I don't know if it's just if I just happened to see it in one of the groups and somebody was talking about it, or if somebody actually told me about it. I can't remember, but yeah. So Love on the Rebound. I can't wait to get finished with it because I already started it and jump back into that world, and then go on to the third one for the
Right.
releasing next year.
How
I'll
far
probably have
have
her. Huh?
how far have you gotten in Love on the Rebound?
Just the first few chapters. I
Okay.
didn't get that
That
far into it yet.
yeah. And that first chapter was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It was like what she went through for on her birthday. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer said she read. Yeah, I think you were the co-host, weren't you, Jennifer? When we talked about, well, I can't remember. Don't give me the. It's been so long ago. But I think you were the co-host when we talked about Love on the Ninth Floor.
And I didn't know she was author Untamed.
Yep, yep. Because she also has been on the show for as Untamed. So that's another one you can check out. She was on with Entice. They did a book together, and that
Mm-hmm.
was so good. Set in the 90s, and it just took me, even though um, a, I was actually a teenager in the 80s, but it still took me back to the 90s.
Right, right.
It was done so well. Yeah, Myra,
My
I thought you had got all of the books when you what book are you
yeah,
talking about? You said you haven't heard of. Because I
yeah.
thought you had got Love on the Ninth Floor. Or are you talking about one of the books Sherelle is talking about? Sherelle said Xander definitely has triggers, but it is so. I have to see. I probably would have to. I have to start reading it and see if it's too heavy for me. Because I don't like. I have to be in the right mindset, my frame of mind, and then I really don't like trauma heavy books. So I have to see. I'm glad she gave us the warning. Jennifer, yeah, you were. I figured you were. Yeah, Love on the Ninth Floor. That was such a good book, and so you got to
Oh,
check out this one too.
Mara says she's never none of them. Oh,
Oh, I thought you were in the audience, Myra, when Aries was on the first time when we were talking about Love on the Ninth Floor.
well, if you can
You
see
you
this,
definitely have to check them out.
yeah. So this is all
They
three
are
of
very
them.
very good.
Yep,
And Savannah is holding up the covers.
yeah. So yes, yes. And then this is the one you were. She was on for
Oh yeah, that's the one
pretty
that we
much
were
same.
talking about when she was on
Yeah.
recently. Yeah,
So she put it,
and that
you
was a
know,
very
right
good
on the front.
series too.
Yeah. I'm about to read that series. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. I love the brothers, the brotherhood of the brothers.
And I love how she did, you know, it's the sisters and then now the brothers.
Right,
You know,
right.
they're not, yeah. Her series, so yeah.
All right,
And
so
she
mine this week is Jennifer. You guys let me know if you remember this book because we talked to this author. I saw where it was going with Xander and had to skip that part, but was able to enjoy it. Okay, so maybe I'll do that too, Erica. Just just skip because I don't like a bunch of trauma based stuff stories. So I might just skip that part and then go into the rest of it. Okay, so mine this week is Jennifer. Let me know if you remember this.
Erica is probably one of them 500-page books.
The Grim Reaper's Lawyer. This was such a good read, and it was so unique. It was so unique. Remember it, Jennifer? Okay, so the genre is. Let me put on my reading glass. Okay, the genre is romantasy and interracial romance. But I
Mm.
also say that it also can be considered as grumpy sunshine, which I am starting to love that genre as well. Um, It was released in 2022, and I read it in 2023. I don't even remember how it came on my radar, but is it 500 pages, Katina? No, it's not. It's 326 pages. You
She
being
probably
funny.
was
This is no,
laughing
it's
at
three.
me.
It's 326 pages, and this is book one in the Life After Death series, and then book two that I haven't read yet recently came out. It's called The Missing Guy's Lawyer. And the book is available on Kindle Unlimited at the time of this broadcast because you know they can take it in and out. But right now it's showing on Kindle Unlimited. Yes, Jennifer, wasn't it good? We both
Is that
really, this was something new for both of us. We really enjoyed it.
is it on audio?
That I don't know.
I knew she was laughing at me. All right, Katina.
uh, okay, Erica, talk about the short one for sure this week. Even though 326 is not really short either, but it's so good. It flows so well. The pacing is just right. I'll read you all the synopsis. Okay, so when having to decide between spending her afterlife in hell or as the Grim Reaper's lawyer is not even a hard choice for Joyce Parker. Of course, she choose hell. Joyce thought her prayers were finally answered when her client killed her. Yes, she knows it's morbid, but so is being a lawyer. Now dead, Joyce thought it was blue skies, angel wings, mimosas, and Jesus. Well, she was embarrassingly wrong. The insufferable but good looking Grim Reaper needs a favor. He needs her to represent him in the newly formed Reaper's Court. That is, of course, if she wants to go to heaven rather than hell, which is exactly where she was heading. What starts off as a favor turns into a whirlwind of chaos, with Joyce and the Grim Reaper being in the center of it all. Not only does Joyce have to help the Grumpy Reaper, but she also has to save the whole afterworld, a job she most definitely did not sign up for. Joyce's life on Earth was boring, but her afterlife ends up being the most alive she's ever felt. Trials, secrets, evil reapers, missing souls, traitors, stolen mimosas, and unexpected romance. All the elements for one hell, literally, of a life after death. And then I have looked up my review. My review was this is a new author to me. I found myself intrigued first by the title and then by the synopsis. The author had a different take on the afterlife. I love the heroine Joyce and her intelligence and wit. I look forward to reading more about this author, and I gave it 4 stars. My actual thoughts is I love the characters too. Joyce, she's a lawyer, but she's a burned out lawyer, so she was ready to quit or take a break from being a lawyer when she ended up getting killed. But I love her intelligence in the story and her wit. Aiden is the Grim Reaper. He's a supervisor in the afterlife. And based off of how everything is set up, they actually started with having this court because Reapers have a strict rules. And if you venture off anyway from the rules, now they have to stand trial. And that's where Joyce comes in. And like I said, the story was so unique, and I loved how witty Joyce was and how the author balanced what could be a heavy subject in dealing with the afterlife with so much humor. The world building was amazing. She did an awesome job describing Eden, and how everything functioned within the society. It was just so well done, and like I said, so unique. Um, it just drew me in from the first page. We had her on the show.
What we gonna do with Katina?
And then was that you, Katina? That was I thought it was Jennifer, but maybe it was you.
No, but look what she said. Now she ain't ready.
She
Look
said
at
that sounds good. Sexy Grim Reaper, dead lawyers. I'm all in. Katina, you would love,
right.
love this. It is so good, so well done. And I'm gonna have to reread it because it's been so long since I read it. I read it in 2023 before I read book 2. Um,
Thank you, Erica. Erica told me it's on audio.
oh, it is on. Okay, but yeah, and the author is actually a lawyer by day, so so she's in that world of criminal law. I think she's criminal law. I can't remember, but because I think I told her when she came on the show that we've been having so many lawyers on the show that are also authors. I think I've had like maybe 10 on the show.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of them that are lawyers that are also authors. But yeah, it is so good. Erica, you would love this too. It was just amazing. I can't say enough about it. Shavana, what you think? You gonna check it out?
If I can get it on audio.
Yeah,
I get it on audio, so
yeah. So that's good that it's on audio.
I
I haven't listened to it. I just read it, but and Katina is saying a lot of lawyers and doctors are writers, right? Because I think you were the one on the show. I don't. Maybe it wasn't her. I said it too because you were the co-host when I said that to somebody that we've been having so many. Because we had started having a lot of lawyers on back to back to back. That were still practicing or they had recently stopped practicing.
Thank you, Erica. Let me go look on Hoopla, see if it's on Hoopla.
Oh, good, Erica. I'm glad. Yeah, I think you will really enjoy it. It is such a different take. She really was creative with, and like I said, just her description of everything is so vivid. Really enjoyed it, and I love this cover too. I'm gonna have to have her back on the show when I read book 2, since it's been so long that she was on.
There you go, Katina, co-host.
Yep, Katina. If you want to be the co-host for when I have her back on, because I think Jennifer was on the first time she was on.
The Grim Reaper.
But yeah, you would love the sexy Grim Reaper. Because he starts out a grump, but
thank you, Erica. It's on my Hoopla too. Thank you. Yes.
And Hoopla is the library one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I need to sign up for that.
Series Life After Death. Yep. 9 hours.
Oh, does it, Erica? The audiobook has a different cover. I wonder why.
Yeah, it does. The cover is it's beautiful. Usually audiobooks do have a different cover than the
actual. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
And sometimes ebooks have a different cover than the paperback. Sometimes. It just depends. Yeah. But yeah, the audiobook has a different cover.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna reach out to her to see if she can come back on and then that'll give me a reason to read book 2. I think it went off the screen.
It did. Let me go back and find it. I loved it. Where'd it go? My hoop blood.
I know, Katina. She said we done got her like 7 books for tonight from tonight. I know what you mean. Cause I ended up okay, yeah, that is totally different. That looked more like a young adult.
Like a YA. Yeah.
Mhm. I think I like this one better. The one on the screen that was on the screen. But yeah, me too, Katina. And I actually downloaded the recommendations that the author last week gave us. Who's the one last week? I can't even remember. All this stuff is starting to blur. But was it Aisha Bree?
Yeah, Aisha Bree.
Okay, yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep. I ended up downloading the
her.
ones that she recommended, and then I started watching the Netflix movie. Yep, I started watching it because I think Frances was the one who told me that she watched it before and it was good. So I started watching it. I haven't finished it yet. It's a cute little story.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I've been reading. I've been back to back reading.
Oh yeah, Jennifer. Yeah, it was you. Yeah, it was new for you and me. That was my first time. I can't even remember how she came on my radar, but yeah, it was really, really. It could have been I just saw the cover because I like the cover. Like I was just telling Robbi Renee, that's how I ended up on her book because I like the cover.
Now the only thing with that cover is the girl wasn't thick on the cover.
On which cover?
On Summer's Echo.
Oh yeah, she wasn't. Oh, you know what? I just didn't even think about that till you just said it.
Yeah. No,
you're right.
wasn't.
She was very thin. She was. Oh, the movie was the boy. What was it called? Shivani, you still had the your notes?
I wrote it on my October calendar and I just tore it off. What I do with it? Oh, with it. And it ain't on there. Okay.
I think it's something like the boys I've loved before.
The boys never loved before.
I never loved before. Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
But I think you'll like it. So far, I'm like halfway through. It's a really cute romance. Really cute romance. It's YA too because they're all in high school, I believe. What you say, Katina?
Was her net look like, man.
Yeah, you're right. And I hadn't even realized that until you just said it. It definitely did not look like the character described.
No.
But next week is but yeah, because I think that's what it's called. All the Boys I Loved Before or Never Loved or something like that. I'll send it to you. Next week is Ty. I can't wait for that. Only thing is, y'all done told me that this Saturday Beautiful gonna have me all in my emotions. I got to get myself ready. Because I was thinking between this one and the sequel from Riffs and Refrains. I was gonna do the sequel from Riffs and Refrains, but then I saw this one. I'm like, this looked like something different for her, so let me do this one. But
yes, you're welcome, Jennifer. I let Jennifer have time, didn't I? Yep, Jennifer.
No, we let you ended up letting Katina have it because you said Jennifer was on the first time Ty was on, which she was on for Chicago Blues.
I'm gonna get Zuri.
Yeah, so Katina is the co-host for next week for Ty, This Side of Beautiful. So I hope you all can join us next week. It should be an interesting discussion, and it's always a good time when she's on. So I'm excited to talk to her again. Oh, Erica said it. Katina is in there. To all the boys I've loved before. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I think you all will like it. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, they're teenagers, they're not adults, but I think they're like 17, I think.
Katina, are you doing the audio or are you reading it? The audio is very good.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
I don't have Audible anymore, so I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read it.
I think
Unless
I
it's
listen.
on. What is it
Yeah,
on that
it's on
Everend? You
Everend.
think? Oh,
It
it is.
is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe I will listen to. But I appreciate all of you coming out, supporting the show, and I hope you enjoyed the show tonight, and that you wrote down the recommendations from our author tonight and our highlights. I hope you check them out as well. Um, I know mine. I really, really, I can't say enough about it. It was so good, and
It
like I said,
was.
it was unique. You know, when we read a lot, like we do, I love
Mm.
when you find something that's just different. And that's what that was.
And
And
I
then for
always
some,
camp. I always wanted to
hi.
go to camp. Watch it. I always wanted to go to a summer camp. I would watch them on TV and be like, "Oh, do black
Oh
people go to
yeah.
camp?" But
Oh,
so
Katina said she reading it. She got the paperback. Oh, you got the paperback? I need to get the paperback too.
it's a pretty
Um,
cover, beautiful cover.
yeah. I got so many on my list that I need to get the print copies for where I love the covers. It was a few that we had on recently that I put down that I want to get the paperback. I think one of them was Aisha Breeze too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Stat.
Katina,
Yeah.
Katina, listen to it while you read. It's a
You
very
always
good
do.
audiobook.
Oh, thank you, Myra. You say you always do enjoy it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Katina. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And that is our show for this evening. Please continue to get lit with the book